And I'll work with you to deliver my plan to create the high-skill, high-wage jobs of the future. It's obvious we can't be the innovators, we can't be the best if we are trapped with yesterday's infrastructure. Imagine trying to compete in today's world if half our houses and businesses didn't have electricity. To be economic winners, we have to have the best of infrastructure, and that means the national broadband network right here in the West, in Blacktown, Prospect, Penrith, and the list goes on. To be economic winners also requires having the best skills. That's why we have created more apprenticeships and more university places right here and around the nation than ever before. And it's why I am so determined that our children get a world-leading education. It's not right that children in Shanghai and Singapore get a better education than our kids. It's not right that our schools lack resources so that many of our children never learn to read or write, that every teacher doesn't have a great teacher, and that principals chafe against being tied down by bureaucracy. It's not right. We are determined to change that. And we will deliver from the first day of school next year the very improvements your schools need, here in Sydney's West and right around the nation, so every child in every school gets a great education. Jobs, world-leading infrastructure like the NBN, a world-leading plan for schools, a plan for opportunity, a plan to seize the benefits of the growing wealth in our region of the world, a plan to be stronger and smarter, a plan to be fairer too. We will give those with disabilities a better life today, and we will for all time give you the peace of mind that comes with knowing that if life delivers you or your family a cruel blow, that you will not be left behind. In just 17 weeks' time, we are launching the National Disability Insurance Scheme. And even as we do that, we are continuing to improve Medicare and bringing more doctors, more nurses, more hospital funding and local control to your hospitals than ever before. Last, we want to help the modern families of this region as you go about the hard work of making a good life, the hard work of raising children, holding down a job, helping your ageing relatives, roads that need cooperation between governments, and we'll have more to say about that in coming days. That's why here in Sydney's West, we're helping with the household budget. We've made sure that mum and dad on the old age pension are $182 better off a fortnight than when we came to government. That mums and dads can get paid parental leave with their new baby. That you'll see $15,000 in school kids bonus if you have 2 kids in school, and more family benefits when your children are teenagers. Payments on the average mortgage are down by $5,000 a year, saving almost $100 every week. That's real help with cost of living. And we are forcing the states to implement changes to stop your electricity bills continuing to skyrocket. Modern challenges demand modern responses, whether it has been protecting jobs during the global financial crisis or creating a clean energy future by pricing carbon. Your government has been prepared to stand up and act. Government can never stand still or be flat-footed when new challenges confront us. One of those new challenges is the increasing sophistication of gangs and organised crime, the hardened criminals with the guns, the people who might take aim at each other in one of your streets today and be over the border into another state tomorrow, or have sold or sent their weapon interstate to make it harder to trace. I make no apology for saying this is vital business, not when a 9-year-old boy in Bankstown can find bullet casings fired into the bedroom he shares with his mother and 3 other children have become bikie battlegrounds. The number of drive-by shootings in this state rose from 73 in 2010 up to 88 in 2011, with around 7 incidents per month. And last year, more than 130 shootings took place in this city. The threat is not isolated to Sydney. Victorian police recorded a 10% rise in the use of firearms in robberies through 2012, and there were 14 shootings in South Australia in just the first 5 weeks of this year. The government has been working to meet the evolving threat. In 2012, we introduced legislation with tough new penalties for firearms trafficking across state and national law. We enact so that if a person can't prove their wealth came from lawful means, the court can seize their assets. We also established Task Force Polaris, targeting organised crime in the cargo system in Sydney, bringing together officers from 5 state and federal authorities. All this has made a difference. Today, our agencies are seizing more than double the amount of drugs, weapons and cash, and more than triple the amount of criminal assets than they were seizing before we came to office. The states are playing their part. In Sydney, the New South Wales Police Force has been fighting this threat, but they should not have to do this on their own. Organised crime, including the activities of outlaw bikie gangs, is estimated to cost Australia $15 billion a year. Combating all this needs a new nationally led approach. Based on current intelligence, the Australian Crime Commission estimates that 72 known organised crime targets have each generated $10 million or more in illicit funds or profits over a 2-year period. 6 of these had an estimated value of illicit funds or profits of over $100 million. While on our streets, we are seeing violent conflict between crime